this as a live stream because for some reason, whatever, I don't know, my live streams upload faster and I want to get this out fast as I could. Now, Republicans slam Maxine Waters for telling protesters to get more confrontational, supposedly over the Derek Chauvin trial. Now, I'm going to read through this real fast and I'm going to put my opinion on this at the end. Now, as we all know, Brooklyn Center, which is in Minnesota, has become a flashpoint protest after the shooting of Deontay Wright. Now, Maxine Waters was actually there on Saturday night at the protest. Again, how many Democrats have we seen at protests? The most recent one before her was Ted Wheeler, where he got pepper sprayed and then had to refund the police after the city got burned down, and the city is still burning down. Now, asked about the Chauvin murder trial in Minneapolis, Waters told reporters that the former police officer had been found guilty of murdering Floyd. We've got to stay on the streets, and we got to get more active. We got to get more confrontational. We got to make sure that they know we mean business. Waters says she was hopeful Chauvin will be convicted of murder, but if he isn't, we cannot go away. Alright, Republicans are quick to push back, telling rioters who have burned buildings, looted stores, and assaulted journalists to get more confrontational as incredibly irresponsible. Every House Democrat should condemn Maxine Waters, call for violence. National Republican Congressional Committee spokesman Mike Burke said. Now, I'm going to read through some tweets that people said. Now, this one's from Lauren Boebert. She said, "Why is Maxine Waters traveling to a different state trying to incite a riot? What good can come from this?" Again, like, what's the difference between her and Kyle Rittenhouse? He went to another state to protect, and he got attacked and jumped by BLM. But she's going to another state as a leader and to incite a riot, and it's fine. But Kyle Rittenhouse went there to protect businesses, and that's not okay for him. But she can go there to pretty much incite a riot, but it's fine. Alright, Andy Biggs also said the radical left don't care if your towns are burning, if there's violence in your streets, or if the police will choose to fund it to defend their communities. As long as the left appeases their anti-American base, their job is done. Alright, Congressman Ken Buck also said, why is a sitting member of Congress encourage protesters to get confrontational? Alright, let's see here. Nan Hayworth also said, if Maxine Waters truly sought to save black lives, she'd be fine to decertify teachers, union establish charter schools, stop decentralizing family formation, train young people for jobs, and enhance, not defund public safety, make communities appealing to enterprise. Alright? Kevin Sorbo also says she wouldn't be saying this if they went to her neighborhood. Now, I could go on and on and on and on about how many people have tweeted stuff out, but I would be on here for hours talking about how much people have called her out. Now, Waters says she plans to stay in Minnesota until Monday when closing argument is expected in the Chauvin trial. Alright, the way to get in control is not to allow them to win, Waters said of political opponents and comments that aired. You've got to register, you got to vote, and you got to take the power. She told MSNBC that she was in Minnesota to be anti-Maxine and support young people of color. Alright. Now, this is the last part I'm going to read this. Now, we have to give support to our young people who are struggling and trying to make this justice system work for everybody. They've seen their peers being killed, and Minneapolis is a great example of what's wrong with the criminal justice system, what's wrong with policing, she told MSNBC on Sunday. I want to be there as Auntie Max showed them that not only do I love them and support them, but they can count on me to be with them at this terrible time in our lives. Alright. So, going back to the beginning of this. Alright. To start with, as far as Deontay Wright, can we just stop talking about Deontay Wright? I mean, honestly, can we just let that go now? Because if he wouldn't have resisted arrest, he wouldn't have got shot. Alright? Now, like I said in my video, obviously the officer that was trying to handcuff him was a rookie. Alright, that's pretty clear to see. As he was fumbling with the handcuffs, he should have had this man booked. He should have, number one, moved him away from the car, patted him down, The other officer, the female officer, should have been over there with him, trying to make sure nothing happened. Alright? And then he should have been boom boom. He shouldn't have been fumbling around the handcuffs. Alright? That's beside the point. Fact of the matter is, he pulled away, he got in the car and started resisting arrest. And he wouldn't have got shot if he wouldn't have resisted arrest. Right? Right. Alright? Now, as far as Derek Chauvin goes and George Floyd, alright, do I personally think that George Floyd should be charged with murder? Or Derek Chauvin be charged with murder, excuse me. No, I don't. Alright? Now, do I think Derek Chauvin should be fired? Yeah, I think he should be fired, alright? But George Floyd died from excited delirium, alright? Minneapolis teaches the knee on the neck maneuver. Which, did he follow protocol? Yeah, he followed protocol. But there's a difference between following protocol and taking advantage of it. Alright? You can follow protocol and still get in trouble for it. Like we see here. Did he have legal right and did he follow protocol by putting his knee on his neck? Yeah, he did. But at the same time, did he have to keep it on there for 9 minutes? No, he didn't. But I personally do believe that George Floyd would have died either way. That's just my personal opinion. He would have died either way. When you have fentanyl, meth, and whatever other drugs and alcohol he had in his body, you're gonna die. It's as simple as that. You cannot honestly expect people to believe that if you have fentanyl and meth in your body that you're just gonna survive. Some people die if they just come in close contact with fentanyl. Fentanyl is one of the most extreme drugs out there. You can get high just off of touching fentanyl. But this man was eating fentanyl, eating meth. And you really think that a knee on the neck killed him? No, it is not possible. But at the end of the day, these jurors are scared for their lives. And they're saying that, their identities kept confidential and there's not going to be leaked out and all that. That's bullcrap. Because somebody somewhere knows who these jurors are. And if Derek Chauvin doesn't get put away, their names, their identity, where they live, their phone numbers, and all this will be leaked out. And their lives will be put in danger. Now, that being said, I don't think Derek Chauvin is going to be charged with murder necessarily. I don't think he's going to be charged with anything too serious. Again, that's just me. We'll see how it goes. Now, the trial looks like it will wrap up on Monday, so we'll see. At least closing arguments are expected Monday, so I would assume that the trial would end Monday or sometime next week. More than likely will end on Monday. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my opinion out there on the trial. Now, I personally think that Derek Chauvin will be charged with something, alright? I don't think it's going to be murder, though. I just don't see that. But again, I'm not there. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a cop, so I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Alright. Now, as far as Maxine Waters goes, you're telling protesters to get more confrontational. Alright. So, everyone wants to keep talking about January 6th when there was not only Antifa and Black Lives Matter out there, but as y'all call so-called white supremacists were out there storming the Capitol. So, why are we not talking about the so-called Summer of Love, as y'all Democrats called it, where stores were being looted, buildings were being burned down, and not just Portland, but all over these big cities. Police officers were getting run over every night or shot, such as New York, Portland, Chicago, and other big cities. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about Noah Green, the black man who breached the Capitol and not only killed a Capitol police officer, but injured another critically and charged other officers with a knife. We can't talk about him. Everybody keeps talking about January 6th. MSNBC even brought up a story. Title of it was, "I Survived January 6th." So, but if you made up a headline like, "Hey, I survived the summer of protest," you'd be labeled a racist. So I just don't get it. And here's the biggest thing. Like I said earlier, Maxine Waters is traveling to another state pretty much to incite a riot. That's what she's doing. Kyle Rittenhouse went to another state to protect family business and other businesses. He gets attacked by a group of Black Lives Matter protesters. I call them rioters, but protesters. And he trips. They go in them with a fist, so he turns around and shoots them. Now, let alone, two of them have crimes out. One is for child crimes against children and women, but we can't talk about that, alright? But he's protecting his life, and he gets charged. Maxine Waters goes to pretty much incite a riot, and it's okay. Any member of Congress or anybody who's holding a seat, Democrat or Republican, if you agree with what she's doing right now, there's serious problems with you, and you don't need to be in office. It's as simple as that. Again, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat. You don't need to be in office. If you feel what she's doing is all right, you don't need to be in office. Like, there's no way that anybody could support this. Again, people want to call it Kyle Rittenhouse, but she goes to another state and it's fine. It's not fine. That's the whole problem with people. They think everything's fine as long as it fits their agenda, but it's not. Alright, just look at Portland. Your whole city is getting burned down. You had to refund the police, and it's still getting burned down because police officers don't want to come back to work. Alright, same thing in Minneapolis. What do you think is going to happen on Monday? Alright, let's just say that the trial does end Monday. What do you think is going to happen? Because I guarantee you, I can pretty much guarantee you that Derek Chauvin will not be charged with murder. Again, these jurors are scared for their life, so they're going to try and charge him with what they can. But it's not going to be murder. There's just not enough evidence to support murder. I mean, he died from excited delirium. Again, people can die just touching fentanyl, coming in close contact with it. But he had meth and fentanyl in his body. He was going to die either way. Even if they called the ambulance in or did CPR, that still probably wouldn't have done it for him. Again, I just don't see Derek Chauvin being charged with murder. There's not enough evidence to support that. Now, even manslaughter is going to be hard to prove. And the defense did a horrible job. Like, the state defense did a horrible job trying to prosecute Derek Chauvin. If this was left up to a judge, this case probably would have been done. And the judge even threatened to throw out the case over a mistrial. He threatened to throw it out. So that tells you right there that there's not a lot of evidence to go on. I mean, even the state defense brought up, the drugs and George Floyd's body. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I could do better than what they've been doing. If I was trying to prosecute Derek Chauvin, I could do a hell of a lot better than what they were doing. Again, even if they did an excellent job at prosecution, there's still not enough evidence to charge him with murder. When you have experts coming up there saying that, the neonate didn't do it, it was drugs, his low in oxygen because of drugs, not the knee. You can't just charge someone with murder because of your personal opinions. But again, if I gathered up 1,000 people and got them all together, probably 600 of them or more are going to say that Derek Chauvin's guilty. But if I ask them guilty of what, they won't know. Again, I just don't see him being charged with murder. I just don't see it. But we'll probably know tomorrow. If not tomorrow, soon after tomorrow. But again, I just want to bring this video to y'all. Again, I did it as a live stream because for whatever reason my live streams upload faster. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, I'll keep y'all updated with Derek Chauvin and let y'all know what's going on with that. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.